Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, viewers. Uh, we have in previous session we have embarked into the new era that is database backend that is SQL Server, and we have installed it, and the reporting services are also in place. Now we are about to create a database, right? And then we are going to show you how uh, we can connect to the SQL Server and bring all the data into the SQL Server quickly. Okay, so a lot of things to be done in this session. We do it, and you will appreciate it that it is such a uh, simple task. It sounds very big task, but very simple steps and very good look and feel in it, and you can enjoy it, and you will find it very, very simple. Okay, so the first thing we do is we go to the we we go here that is called let me call it this uh, and let me go this as well. Okay, this is your uh, uh, server management studio. It's a SQL server management studio, SSMS. It is known as SSMS. Okay, so through which you create the data and you make the management, you create the store procedure, you create the views, and so many things, and data administration and create a new users, etc. Right? You change your password, etc. All is done through this Microsoft SQL Server student manage student sorry yeah, management studio. Okay, so let's create a new database. So we will. It is normally if you are seeing like this, then or first of all you will, of course, you will connect to the database engine, right? For this you get this as soon as you uh, run this application SSMS, right? Then you will get such a prompt, no? And in this we use the mixed mode, right? And server SQL Server authentication, right? Instead of Windows authentication, we use SQL Server because we have created a login. You in our previous video we have showed that we have chosen to log in as a user, super user, system administrator, and the password is entered, and we have saved it so that we don't have to uh, enter the password again and again since it is secure thing. Okay, so next is we connect it. Okay, when you connect it, you have to come in such a screen, right? Okay, then you click, you expand it, and here in the databases, you don't find any database. We have created a couple of test generated test uh, databases. So we are starting from scratch and let's create a new database. So the new database, you click right click and click new database. And here you write the name. So say my Northwind. Northwind is our sample database, which is available in the Microsoft Access, and we are going to import all the data from Access Northwind to the My Northwind, which is we are creating now. Okay, you click OK here. Okay, so on OK, so okay. So if you because we have already created this thing. So we can give a different name for the North Northwind 2. Okay. So let's click OK here. So the new database is is created. Okay. Now here you will like to go to the task, and now you will import the data. Import the data from the XLD, Microsoft Access. Okay, so we click next here, and in the data source, we are going to specify that we are using Microsoft Access, Microsoft Access, right? Yeah. So we use this Microsoft Access engine, okay? And here in the file, we browse it to the folder in which we have placed the file, and that is, you will find this is the Microsoft Access Northwind database. It is easily available. You can download from the internet as well. So put it in a folder and click on it. Okay. Click OK. And then we click, this is what you have mentioned. There are no password username required in the source, data source, okay? But in target, yes, you do need this. So now this is the destination. In the destination, you are going to specify the SQL Server. This is the provider for SQL Server. And here we are going to specify our user, the server administrator, SA, yeah, and the password. Okay, that's it. And this name is already taken. Okay, and then we click next. Right, and then we click next. And then we select all the objects of this database. We click next. And this is the file name. That we click next here. So it is now, we are telling it that, okay, run immediately. So we click next here, yeah, and we click finish. So all the green ticks will show that these all are successful, and you will find that the data has been successfully uploaded to the SQL Server. Right? So how quickly it is, how fascinating and beautiful done. And because the Access is also a database and SQL Server is also a database, the databases know each other. All the renowned databases have their drivers, and they understand, they pick up all the required information quickly, easily, and the user does not have to worry. So all is done. Now we click OK. Now let's verify. So this was the database we have imported. You can see these are the tables. All the tables you can see in here, right? So the employee, you remember the employee is in our program we have renamed it. So let's rename it so that it is EMP. Okay. Okay. So this is EMP. Now you want to see what are in this. So you will select top 1,000 roles, for example. Okay. So no problem. Fail to retrieve data from this. Okay. Additional information. Fair enough. So we let me check it, and we come back to it. Welcome back. So as we have shown you in means how to make a connection and get the data from the Northwind Access database to it. So I'm just redoing it so that previously the error was due to some files problems and connectivity and the file placement, because whenever you create a database and do a deletion, then you have to uh, uh, also delete the files which are located in the program files C drive. Means whatever the main folder on which the files are recorded. So you have to delete it, without which you cannot recreate with them. So this was the thing. So no, so for the moment we are just running the query to get all the data imported from AccessDB, right? So we have already shown you, so it is doing it again so that you don't miss anything in that. Okay, so so it will show you that all successfully converted, and then we can proceed. Yeah. So we have been able to import all the data. If you can see, yeah. And the first thing we do here, that we name it. It's not necessary that you rename it, but it's fine. You have to then use the same name, which so the name is too big, as on already done by the system as default. So make it short. That's it. Okay, so it has to be you are about to rename the object. Yes, do you want to continue? Yes, we are continuing. So this is now we see the list of the employees. These are shown, right? It is top 1000. It is as a default, it is done. But you can simply write, instead of all these things, you can also write star in all these things. You put a star, select a star from Northwind 2, and that's it, right? And press execute. So this will also going to, yeah. So you know that there are 9 records displayed, right? So this is the same file which we have shown you in the Excel. Right. So let's get back to Excel, and we see that, just to remind you, to show you that these are the 9 things which we imported from Access to Excel. Now we have imported from Microsoft Excel to SQL Server, right? So, okay. Now this is the time to get the connection from the Excel to the SQL Server and access this sheet, not in this sheet, but in the table which is in our newly created database, my Northwind 2 database. Okay, so what we do, we go to Alt F11, yeah, and we go to Alt F11. We write a subname, connect to SQL Server. Now these are the steps which I have written for you. The first step is to set the references to the latest TLLs of the ADO 2.8. Currently it is whatever is the highest, you are going to take it. Okay. So for this, before writing any code, you are going to go to the tools in the VBA window and set the references, and now locate for the Microsoft ADO. Must be in the top, yeah, here. Yeah. And all the 2.8 is the highest one, so we are going to take this one. This is Object Library ADO, and this is Object Library, okay, and this one. Okay, there has to be one more, that is also 2.8. These are the 4 references I'm going to take and click OK. And now we can go to the step 2, declare the variable for ADO connection. Variables are declared with the command what is you know, let me get back to this. Yeah. So here we are going to declare command for, in Excel we declare command by dim command. We use dim now. So we write dim to declare the command. Yeah, dim the connection as ADODB. As soon as you write ADO, you write ADO and put a dot, you will get these results. So connection, as soon as you write C, so it will come to connection. Right? Okay, so you can remove this. Similarly, now once you have declared it, you are going to set it, right? So let's set it. Set up the setup is simply that you set to a new connection, and this is initiating. You are initiating a new ADODB connection, right? Then you have to have a series of code, which I'm going to show you in this place. Yeah. This is actually setting the connection. Yeah. And then you need a string variable in which you specify 3 things. First of all, this string variable is going to initialize the driver, that SQL Server, right? And footer, remember you have to finish it with a semicolon. And then you are concatenating this string variable with a database is equal to my Northwind 2, right? Right. Okay. And then you have to concatenate this ST with server is equal to Windows. This is our this we take from the SQL Server. And when you go to SQL Server, and yeah, you find this Windows. This is you can make it available by if you go to the connect, and you will find it. Huh? If you go to the connect screen, database union, you will find this. So this is what is our server name, right? So in Excel, let's get back to Excel where we were. Yeah, and the server is exactly the same thing which we had copied from the window, right? In the connectivity window. The next is now, since your setup is connected, now you need to enter this command, that connection dot, then open. Yeah, when you can do the connection, when you have set it, you type on the first stop, and then you will see the series, and here you will find open, right? Yeah. So when you type open, it is, and put a space, it is asking for the connection string which you have just now established, that is ST, right? And once you enter it, then what is the user ID? With what user ID you are there? We are using system administrator, and this is the password you are going to enter, so that you don't have to enter the password. Okay. So next is now verify the connection, whether it's working or not, right? So there is a simple way of of verifying it. You will see that this connection dot state is equal to 1. It means connected, right? So it will prompt you the turn. You can write a message box here, or if you want to, but debug print is means you have to have an immediate window. Yeah, this is which is called the immediate window. Yeah, this is right. So whenever you use a debug command with a print, so this window will write this, right? Okay, so let's put a breakpoint here and see that if all these code is working and get connecting or not, right? So let's run it. Yeah, it has done it. It is now connection is ready. Now, as soon as you press debug.print, so in this window, you will find, you see this, you will find the connected. Yeah, the connected is written in here, right? So next is now, okay, you have been connected to the, uh, you have connected to the database. Now let's declare the variable for record set. So for this, you again need declaring, that is declaring is always with dim, and then you have to set it. Okay. So let's declare for the record set. Dim record set as a new record set. Now set this record set as a ADO record set. So whenever you use a dim, it is coupled with the set command. Yeah. So set array is a new report, right? And then you have to specify the string, the SQL, and how to open it, right? So this is the next step, that first of all, you have to open it. You are setting up the ADO record set. So you need a SQL string which you have to execute, right? So let's copy and do this. Oh, this is very simple. And then this is the 7th and final step, in which you open the record set. The SQL string is that select a star from M, right? This is what we wrote here. Select a star from M, right? So here you have to mention because there can be a DBO EMP in multiple databases, so you have to mention which report, which M table you want. So you have, this is the complete path, right? But since while connecting, you have already mentioned the database, so there's no need to use all this. Always select a star from M will do, right? So let's get back to our code. So we have written select star from M. It means bring all the employees, right? So, and this is going to be used, and the SQL string is going to be used in here. When you open the record set with the string and with the connection you have already set, and then this is the parameter you have to pass. The forward only cursor is the best way to retrieve the data quickly. with the least amount of overhead. So this is economic. Since you don't have to do anything special like the deletion or any other things uh, uh, means so this is a simplest form so that economy it brings the economy of resources while managing the large data. So when you specify the system that this is only open forward only, so it will deploy the least memory resources for this operation. And since this is only a read-only lock, so we lock the record so that no accidental changes are done. Only the read-only mode we are opening, right? So let's stop, put a breakpoint in here and see what happens. So we have set the connection. Now this is, it is now setting up the record set, now setting up the string. Now the record set is being opened. And now it is taking to the pointer to the first record position. Obviously, it is on the first. It is not necessary just to be on safe side PHP. Okay. Now it is now counting how many records are there. So it is, this loop will carry out 9 times to bring you this message that you have 9 records, right? So you have managed not only to connect to the database SQL Server, and you have managed to open the record set, count them after, verify it, and then you have closed the record set, and then you have closing, you have closed the connection. This is also important. If you leave it open and terminate the connection, the resources deployed by the system on that connection remain idle, and that brings the overheads over the system resources. So it is always that whenever you open a record set, you close it. And whenever you open the connection, obviously before opening the record set, you open the connection. So after closing the record set, you close the connection. And then also you make all these things as do nothing so that the memory is clear. I hope you liked it, and we will continue enhancing the system and uh, bring more learning to you regarding the Excel power to have the connections to the external other databases and huge and large size databases can be managed while remaining in Excel through this simplest approach. Thank you very much for joining.